Thanks for joining into the SEN show on the SCHMOEDOWN Entertainment Network, produced in partnership with Skybound Entertainment.
Hello, everybody, and we are back. It is SEN Live, SCHMOEDOWN Entertainment Network. Very nice to see all you guys here. I can't see any. You only can see my cohorts today on the show. And what a show it is! It's Thursday. It is the 8th, and we have a crew indeed. It is Brett Sheridan, the Mr. of Wiggliest. Catch his interview on Roka's show. It was really great. I listened to all of it, and by all of it, I mean the parts when they talked about me. Winston Marshall, always great to see Winston and his great haircut. Love that haircut. It's a great haircut. It's a wonderful haircut. Kate Mulligan, manager of The Den. She is here. She is wonderful. She is decent. And
Kristian, I was going to say, Kristian's not feeling good if he says I'm wonderful. There it was.
Decent. Wonderfully decent. Wonderfully decent. And last, but certainly not least, the boss, Ben Bateman, who is one of the brightest stars that we have in the movie trivia SCHMOEDOWN, but he's also a very, very talented musician. He's been back at it again over the last couple of years, and now he's got an album that he's putting out, and we're very excited for him to put that song on the show here today and tell us a little bit more about how he decided to do it. So welcome to the show, Ben Bateman.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm really excited to be here. It's a big week. I haven't been on SEN in quite a while, and this is a crew. I agree about Winston's haircut. It's terrific.
Me either.
Being decent.
Yeah. So, by the way, hey, Winston, you and I, and I'd also like to obviously welcome to the show, and we wouldn't be able to do this show without Malcolm, who's been really running this thing the last week or two, and thrown into it, by the way. Not only thrown into it to say, hey, you're going to be the engineer of this crazy, weird show. Oh, yeah, we have a brand new look that we need you to implement. Like when? Yesterday, please. So he's done that, Matt. Even today, when I'm like, do we have to do this Skype thing? And as nice as possible, Malcolm's like, hey, asshole, I just fucking got this gig. You came up with this stupid thing in the first place. They asked me how to do it. I do it, and I don't even do a show with you. And the first thing you say is, can we change this? Go fuck yourself, is what Malcolm was secretly saying. But he's a nice guy, and I appreciate that. And he's giving the thumbs up because that's accurate. And certainly last but not least is Alex, PA.
Hello. I'm in the corner now.
I know. Yeah. You know why I say Alex PA? Because Alex, when we hired you as a PA like 3 years ago, I never changed it out of my phone. So whenever I call you, it says Alex PA. So I need to change that because he's like.
By the way, I want to go to a town called Alex, Pennsylvania. All right, let's do this thing.
Let's do it. What I will ask though, what I'm going to try to do is because it's the little avatar with Alex is just fucking pathetic. We got to do something. I wonder if we have a layout, and again, this is another thing. Malcolm saying, "Holy shit!" I wonder if we can do like a little circle, and actually put Alex's real face in it. Is that possible?
That might be possible.
I love it.
One thing that is going to happen with Alex's face, and then also a little Malcolm face as well, is his mouth is going to move when he talks.
I do like that a lot,
but that is going to happen very, very soon.
Okay, I like that.
I'm so excited to see what Malcolm's face is.
Right?
Oh, you guys are going to love it.
It's like he's been like Dr. Claw recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of like that. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next game.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, much like an eldritch great old one like Cthulhu, to look upon me would cause madness. So just to save everybody the trouble.
Hey, wait, so I'm getting a break. I only get texts from Winston during the show, and something big is going on. What's going on, Winston?
So apparently Sony and Netflix have reached a deal similar to what Warner has been doing with their HBO Max releases. Netflix will now have the streaming rights to Sony's feature films beginning in 2022. And it looks like they're probably going to do a similar exclusive first pay window licensed here in the U.S. So the same way we're kind of seeing Disney do that with like Raya. We're seeing, HBO Max doing that with like Godzilla and stuff. Sony is now partnered with Netflix to do the same thing.
You know why that is though? That's Kong versus Godzilla. That's what that is. Kong versus Godzilla. They said, I remember when this shit came out and we talked about it. We said like, well, all the other studios are going to sit back and see. If it's a bust, nobody's going to do shit. They're just going to wait for theaters. If it's successful, you're going to, because everybody made a big stink about it. All the studios made a stink about it. The theaters made a stink about it, obviously. And then it was like, yeah, just wait though. The second it's successful and that they do a hybrid of both theater and streaming, then all the other studios are going to do it. And Sony went, you know what? Fuck this shit. Let's go to Netflix. And they went to Netflix, and now you can get like theatrically released Sony movies for Netflix on that premium. This is a brilliant move. And it's also Netflix. It's like Netflix just has like barrels and barrels of money. So when they're like, oh, Disney's going to overtake us. Yeah, all right. Call Sony. You know what I mean?
I think it's interesting, Kristian, too, that like we all talked about like the death of the theater during the pandemic. We were all worried about it. And I think what's actually happening is on the stuff that's not just super indie, I think what's going to happen is just more people are going to watch movies now. Because the people that want to go see it in a theater are going to see it in a theater. And the people that didn't want to see it in a theater in the first place, which is a lot of people, they don't like going to theaters, they're just going to stream it at home and they're going to pay for it. Like, I just think more people are going to watch big movies now than they used to, which I actually think is a better thing for the business long term. I didn't see it coming either.
100%. This is a massive, massive thing, because this is something that I always wanted. It's like, okay, I don't want to always go to the theater, because the theater is a young person's game. It really is. Like when you get older, especially with kids, you can't, unless you get like a babysitter, and it's a whole thing. If you're not going to press screenings and stuff, it's a whole thing. And B, you really want to go out tonight?
So reading a little further into this, they're doing it a little bit more similar to Paramount Plus with Universal stuff. So it's not going to be day to day. It's not going to be same drop. It'll be a couple of days after, so maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But even that, if you're even doing that, you let box office essentially get what they want out of that for 2 or 3 weeks. And then exactly that, just wait and be like, all right, cool, I'll watch it at home. I don't need to wait 6 months,
because it's all usually about opening weekend, right? It's usually open. That's the main thing. They're going to try to get the opening weekend box office when the world goes back to normal. They're going to, let's give the theaters, let's make the theaters happy. It's opening box office. They'll get the first week or two. And then if it's like me and I'm going, okay, I really want to see that movie, but I don't want to go spend the money in the theater right now. I just want to watch it with my wife at home. I'm just going to wait for 2 weeks, because it's the same thing. Like a lot of times, like, I'm not going to the theater right now. It's too jammed up. It's too crowded. I'll wait for like 2 weeks before I do that. Anyway, so hey, Malcolm, do we have the Schmobot on at the moment? I don't know how this works.
Yeah, Schmobot's on.
Okay, because we need so for you guys out there and you're watching the show, first of all, thank you. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please subscribe to Apple Podcasts. Very, very important for us. But it is also important in order to, we have Malcolm and Alex and all the panelists that we have today, but we really are not able to do that without the wonderful donations that you guys give it each and every day. I'm going to try to hit a goal here today of 1,000, because I have an idea once again, because Brett and Kate, they are so scared of hosting. They hate it. And so what I'm going to do is, we hit 1,000 today. Brett and Kate are both going to host together twice next week, and pick whatever panel that they want for their shows. So
I can't wait to have Neil on. This is going to be huge.
Yeah. So it's going to be good. Hey, Alex, I need you to send me that thing, text me, because I don't have it yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the Sony deal. I think is a massive, massive deal. It's a very interesting deal. I'm excited for it.
Curtis Lopez donated $20. What's up, SEN crew? Loving the new cut Winston from the side. It looks like you got a punk mohawk on the front side. It looks like you stepped out of an episode of Fresh Prince.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you could see the mohawk on the back.
See, you do. You see, you're very lucky because you just. I remember when you first started doing the show, you had the long hair going, right? Mm-hmm. And then it was like then you went shortcut, but you're able to do this thing where you can have that kind of badass haircut. And for some reason, Brett's able to do it too. I don't know how, but he's able to do it.
Oh, I was just gonna say mine looks pretty rough right now. Oh,
it looks amazing.
And we're back.
The haircut, yo, Brett, our haircuts were too fire. We shut Skype down, son. No, it's one of those. I mean, Kristian, I pay for it. Like now, I gotta go get new fucking headshots, which is never fun because that shit's expensive. But at the very least, like I mean, I've now gotten haircuts with my dreads. I've gotten haircuts with like shorter hair. Like now having it with this, I mean, all I'm able to do is like use them collectively, but it's just expensive.
I love it. Yeah, Brett, I'm having problems with the texting, so you might have to do the thing today when we have an opportunity. Anyway, this is fun, man. I mean, we have a lot of stuff going on this week too, and this massive pay-per-view on tomorrow, dude. I mean, listen to these matches we have. I know, right? It's Kevin Smith.
It's not even me, and I'm nervous.
I know. Kevin Smith versus Stacey Howard, which is this. And no offense, Brett, this is Kevin Smith's toughest test so far. There's
Wait, did Brett Sheridan ever play against Kevin Smith? Kristian,
That's right. That's true.
I thought it was somebody else.
It was. It was FCL superstar Ziflet Flausen. Awesome.
Yeah.
And but this is Stacey is the number.
Nerdy Bridge Guy donated $20. Testes 1 2 3. Am I on? For the audio listeners, this is the Shmeebot.
I would love, just to piss Kristian off, if every Schmobot today started with "for the audio listeners."
Hey, listen, if it gets us to 1,000, if it gets to 1,000, and you guys have to host to watch you sweat, then I'm down. I'm down. Speaking of which, I will say, as we have to switch a little bit, we'll talk about this pay-per-view in a second. Winston, you and I got pranked yesterday.
Yeah, that was, bro, fucking fuck.
I know. So for those people who are lost in what the hell we're talking about, aka Kate, I was getting into the shower and I heard my phone go off. Bing. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not getting any more calls right now. So I take my shower, I get dressed, I do what I have to do, and then I check it and I get a text from Roxy and it says, I'm done with the Schmoedown. I'm no longer managing. I'm done.
Ooh.
And I went, This is what the hell's going on here? So I just wrote back, huh? And then I'm like, then I was concerned. I didn't know what was going on with her. I was like, I was worried about her. So I call her and she is, she takes the call and it's a prank. It's a prank. I feel terrible. She didn't even try to sell it, right? She's like, and I was like, it has to be that evil rotten witch Dorina that put you up to this, because it's like she has the
Bobby Mitchell donated $20.
Yeah, Bobby
for
Mitchell.
the audio listeners.
Perfect.
Ben, it's awesome to see you on the show today. I was literally learning your new song on guitar as the show started.
Awesome.
I love the song and the chorus chords are really fun to play. Congrats.
That's cool, dude. Yeah, we're gonna play that and we're gonna play it in just a minute.
Wow.
But yeah. So it's like, and she's like, no, it was actually it was the fans who did it first. But Dorina's like, yeah, I thought about doing it next. It's like, of course you did, rotten witch. And
oh my God.
And so then it was then I heard Winston also got it too. What was your text?
Bro. So first of all, it's disturbing that we both got these pranks while naked, because I definitely was.
Right.
I was Kristen's got a new job, and so yesterday was her last day. So we were celebrating. We were playing 2-person King's Cup, which means you're instantly drunk. So I'm sitting there and I see my phone go off, and she wrote me, "I'm done with you after what you said the other day. Lose my number." And I was like, naked and drunk. I was like, baby, I don't know. I did the rise and bad.
That could have gone wrong on so many different levels. Because if your lady was looking and she's like, what the fuck did you do? Like, right?
Exactly.
Especially sitting there with your hog hanging out of your pants. Or not even out of your pants, just tripping people.
Just straight fucking naked, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what did I do? And then I get this voice memo. I'm so sorry. It's not me. Jake, I confess, made me do it. It's a prank. I swear to God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was like,
Winston got up butt naked and knocked over his stereo with his penis. He knocked over a plant, and there was dogs jumping over it because it was like a garden hose.
Well, because Winston, like when that happens, Winston's like, what do? Do you try to be like, I have no idea what she's talking about, or do you have to be like, I'm not cheating on you and I don't know what she's talking about? You know what I mean? Like, which angle do you take?
Your back, watch your friends. Some of them want to sabotage your Schmoedown career. That's all I'm going to say.
What is that?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. That nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is not our place. Not our place.
I just want to say, for the record, I have no idea what it's like to get any awkward text from anyone's wives ever.
To answer your question, Ben, that's why I immediately was like, because like I saw it and I immediately showed Kristen because I mean I didn't have anything to hide, but also trust me, I had the same thought where I was like, this doesn't look good, even though I know there's nothing here. I'm like, this looks
you know what it's like. It's like when you go into when you're around somebody else or you're in a store, somebody's supposed or if someone loses something and they're like, hey man, have you seen my whatever, and you check your pockets for some reason, and you're like, wait, why am I checking my pockets? I don't know where this guy's where his wallet is. I have no idea.
It's sad, but the Chris Rock joke essentially where it's like, you ever been followed around as a black man, you ever been followed around a store so goddamn much you thought you stole something? Like, wait,
right.
Did I take some shit?
Right. She's like, what did I do? Was I hammered? Did I mean, I don't know.
It doesn't help that it's Roxy. Do you know what I mean? Like if I were your girlfriend, I was like, who's texting? You're friends with whom? Let me see a picture of her. Oh no, this won't work.
Well, which picture should I go to? Not Instagram. Don't go to Instagram.
And Instagram has that dumb feature where like when you run out of your friends, it shows you like things you've searched a lot, and you search like 1 or 2 fitness models, and it's all fitness models, and your wife looks over your shoulder, and it's like, ugh.
This is why I'm glad my wife has nothing to do with social media. It's very easy to be stupid. Okay, let's go. I do wanted to tell you guys something. This is very exciting. You know about it. We've talked about it. We can turn the schmobot off for a second here, Malcolm. We're going to talk about ExpressVPN because we're talking about all these streaming things and everything going on. A few decades ago, there was private citizens. It used to be largely that, private. You know what's changed? Because we know the internet. Think about everything that you've ever browsed, anything you've ever searched for, anything you've ever watched or tweeted. Now imagine all of that data being crawled through, collected, and aggregated by third parties into a permanent public record. It's your record. Having your private life, it's exposed for others to see. It was something only celebrities worried about back in the day. Now it's an era where everyone's online. Everyone is a public figure. So in order to keep my data private when I go online, I turn to ExpressVPN. You guys have heard us talking about it. There's a reason why we've been talking about it for so long. Did you guys know that there are hundreds of data brokers out there whose sole business is to buy and sell your data? The worst part is that they don't have to tell you who they're selling it to, or they don't need to get your consent. One of these data points is your IP address. Data harvesters use your IP to uniquely identify you and your location. But if you have ExpressVPN, your connection gets rerouted through an encrypted server, and your IP address is masked. So every time you turn on ExpressVPN, you're given a random IP address shared by other ExpressVPN customers. It makes it more difficult for third parties to identify me, you, and harvest our data. And the best part is how easy it is to use. ExpressVPN is very easy to use. No matter what device you're on, whether it's a phone, a laptop, smart TV, all you have to do is tap one button to get protected. So if, like all of us here on SEN, if you believe that your data is your business, secure yourself with the #1 rated VPN on the market. You got to visit expressvpn.com/SEN, and you get 3 extra months for free. You hear it again? expressvpn.com/SEN. Go to expressvpn.com/SEN to learn more.
I'm sure ExpressVPN loves that.
I had it in there. Hey, listen. That means I'm relaxed talking about somebody's product. I'm relaxed, and I appreciate it. If I was like this and I want to hold everything in, it means I don't know if I really like this, but I just you let it go. All right, we can get that schmobot back on there. Like I said, if we hit 1,000 today, Brett and Kate are gonna be able to pick whoever they want next week. They're gonna host together. I'll tell you what, I'm so tempted to do 1,500 that if we hit 1,500, Brett and Kate are gonna host just by themselves with no guests.
Oh.
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's a good show, Christian. That's a good show.
You know what, Brett? Ben, it really is. It really is. And of course they'll have Malcolm and Alex, but at 1,500 I will have the Brett and Kate show for at least one show. And listen, if the whole thing's gonna go down, then let it go down. You know what I mean? Like let the whole thing.
I love that you are going to be able to very conveniently point at us for sinking the ship.
You know me too well. You know me way too well because we're at a point at this. It's like someone said to me the other day. They were asking like, "How come you're not on as much?" I'm like, "It's a fucking comedy show. Are you laughing? Are you laughing when you're watching?" I'm laughing on the clips that I see by Matt Link.
Yes.
I'm laughing.
I love how for a year Kristian was like, Winston doesn't fucking watch the show when he's not on it. It's all about Winston. He doesn't fucking watch it.
LSFC 96 donated $30 through Super Chat. Ben, you're back. Sorry for Tonight is Fire. Been listening to it and can't wait for a full album. Kristian been really missing the stereo show. When are they coming back? Malcolm and Alex need to...
Oh, what happened?
Oh, we lost it.
To be seen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, this kind of goes into what Winston's saying. The problem is that every time I try to do, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these a week. I can't do it. I just have, especially with the 3 matches that we have going on and helping. I mean, FCL is really run by Brad and PLD and Sandy and all those guys. So but I'm still like watching it, seeing like what's going on there, and we're really trying to push the needle more. I had a great conversation the other day with what's going on with the SCHMOEDOWN, brand new news. We're working on these scenes, and people are loving what we just put up. So check out the scene from yesterday's show if you can. So, but yeah,
what
Ben,
happened? Can you tell me what happened in the scene?
I can't yet. I can't, Ben. So. Let's talk a little bit because you have a heart out here today, like 10:50. So let's talk about your song. Let's talk about when you decided you were gonna write it, when you decided you were going to release it, and what the reaction has been like from all the peeps. And remember, guys, you can still put in Schmobots if you ask any questions to Ben. We do lose them at 10:50. So any questions you want to ask about the song or the album, go ahead.
Yeah, it's I started playing music when I was like 12 years old, and the last 20 years I've played in bands. I've tried a bunch of different projects, but I'd never just decided I was gonna do it, like really do it, write a whole album, pay to produce it, properly try to release it, try to tour on it, the whole thing. And I think somewhere about a year ago I just started to get the feeling that I was like, I had stuff I wanted to write. I could feel that I was messing around, and I was getting that inspiration again, and I just started writing songs, and they just started coming. Like Sorry for Tonight, the first one that I wrote is one of the ones that I wrote last summer, and I wrote it in like 45 minutes. And my other favorite from the album I wrote in the next 45 minutes. I wrote like my 2 favorite from the album were in about 90 minutes. And so I've been writing a lot, and I started to play them for friends and family. And I guess it's like when you're an artist and you decide to sort of own your art, like you really decide like, I'm going to believe in this. I'm really going to believe in this and put it out there. It's different. You're not like, do you like this? And if you like this, I'll keep doing it. It's like, I'm going to do this because I want it to be about the process. I want to do this thing, and I want to see it through, and I want to create an experience. And so that's where it started. And then, David Michael Frank, who you guys all know, he was, instrumental in launching SEN. He's my childhood best friend, and we were in bands together for years.
I know, wonderful hair.
And we used to be in bands growing up and stuff. And he offered to produce the record. So we've spent close to 200 hours now, in pre-production and then recording it. And so that's kind of been the process of doing it. And now finally on Monday, I put the song out, and the response has been amazing. I mean, like you guys who have commented in here and sent me messages, it's been amazing. I can't really say anything more than that.
I'm excited. I'm excited for you, man, and I'm excited. So can we do have the song? We're gonna turn the Schmobot off. We're gonna play the song for you guys to hear if you haven't heard it. And we're playing. I'm Sorry for Tonight, right?
It's called Sorry for Tonight. Yeah, I feel like I want to cover my face. This is gonna be awkward, but yeah.
No, I was gonna say, Ben, do you want me to do backup for you, or?
Yeah,
I'd rather
if you want to sing the harmony.
I was hoping Kate could do a dance or something while this was playing.
This is your music video, then.
It's gonna be too long.
No, Kate.
We might actually want to mute ourselves so it does it in case we.
Yes, I will mute.
Yeah, Malcolm, can you do everyone a favor? Can you mute? Yeah. Well, just mute Kate. No, can you mute everybody? Is that possible?
Yeah, I believe I can.
I like that. All right, let's do that. Let's have Malcolm mute everybody, and here's Ben's song.
Let's get the story straight. it's gonna be tonight. I keep it short and sweet, I'll finally be there on time. And just because we're in love don't make it right. And you know what you want, and babe, I've tried. Can I put my head on your shoulder just one more time, baby? Over means over. Your story's not my story to write. So baby, I'm sorry for tonight. Not unexpectedly, I get your letter and I can't find the words to say, so I just keep it inside. And you say, tell me why you do me wrong. Well, I promise that I'm trying to be strong for us both now, baby. Can I put my head on your shoulder just one more time, baby? Over means over. Your story's not my story to write. So baby, I'm sorry for tonight. I'm sorry for tonight, yeah. I'm sorry for tonight. I'm sorry for tonight. When I said it for the last time, my intentions that were on fire, face to face with the story of a life, where my greatest love had passed me by. But there's more to love and beautiful flames. They became embers eventually. Though our words are immortal, the only truth is what I can be. Can I put my head on your shoulder just one more time, baby? Over means over. Your story's not my story to write. Can I put my head on your shoulder just one more time, baby? Over means over. Your story's not my story to write. So baby, I'm sorry for tonight. I'm sorry for tonight. I'm sorry for tonight.
Woo!
Ben, I hate to tell you this, but the audience hated it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They loved it. They absolutely loved it. They're throwing tomatoes.
so
No, those are
good.
hearts and fires. People really, really loved it, and people said that Winston looks like he's ready to cry. So
Thank God you can sing, because being, horribly unattractive must be rough your whole life. And then, it's I'm glad you found something that works for you.
you smug bastard.
You know where
I
this
appreciate you playing it.
debuted, right? Wasn't it first live performance of this on the Brett and Kate Playdate, if I'm not
It's
mistaken?
true. It's true. The Brett and Kate
What
Playdate
show
I
is
did.
that?
It's the show you were handing over next week. That's what you,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm actually I'm bringing it up from the FCL to the MTS, basically, is what I'm doing. Sorry, Ben, go ahead. I'm just trying to be
So, yeah.
professional.
Yeah. I appreciate you letting me play it on here, Kristian. I know, it's not something that you do very often, but I worked hard on it, so I appreciate that. That's awesome. And for anybody who enjoyed it, I'm playing a show on Saturday night, and I'll be playing the entire
Liz
album.
Gaska donated $20. Hi Ben. Love the song. It's been on my playlist since it dropped. Can't wait for the album. When does it come out?
Yeah, man. When does it come out?
The goal right now is June 6th. That's the plan.
Curtis donated $20. Ben, I think you just got me pregnant.
Curtis Lopez.
That's right.
So good at something impossible happened. Something impossible.
That's right.
I think, I think June 6th is the goal. I have to fly out to Nashville, hopefully,
Nerdy
to
Rich
do
Guy
couple
donated
tracks.
$50. For the audio listeners, we have so many great musicians in the Shmeverse. Really looking forward to that pre-live show Floor's House concert. Would be great to see Ben, Alex, Bonnie and other peeps to join in on that concert. Bravo Ben, that was fire.
So it does bring up a great point. So at one point we were going to do is a Flirt and Flouse concert when we go back on the road, right? It would be great if we did if whoever was on, obviously Alex will be traveling with us when we do the SCHMOEDOWN stuff, and maybe if it's an event when Ben has a match, and maybe we could do a little the night before a musical concert, and we'll just tell Bonnie that there's going to be I don't know, there's going to be some kind of vacation spot there, and we'll put a karaoke machine in the middle of it and tell her, we can just, we'll go out a night beforehand.
All you need is a hotel lobby, a tiki bar you have to canoe out to, and a karaoke.
No, I got an idea. Kate, we'll go out, we'll have a bunch of margaritas the night before. We'll have her have a few of them. We'll throw her on the plane. We'll wake her up in New York. She'll sing a song. We'll dump her back on the plane, and that's the end of it.
I'm into it.
I heard she actually made it yesterday.
She did make it. She was early.
Oh wow, look at that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's because of her fiance though. Fiance's been on it, making sure that she's done it.
He's also been drinking her drinks, right? That's the big thing, is that he's always just and here you go, baby. And she's like, oh, I guess I can do this show.
Yeah. Amazing.
Hey, Ben, can I make a plea to the audience so that I can win a bet between the two of us?
Please, yeah, go for it.
So when I see how his song's doing on Spotify, or when we were talking about how it's doing on Spotify, I was like, oh, your show for this Saturday is gonna sell out. Where are we at right now, Ben? Because you're doing a show this Saturday.
Yep. I was 100 tickets was the deal, and we've sold I think 62 maybe.
Great.
And I owe you a box of Sidecar donuts if it sells out. If it doesn't sell out, you owe me a fancy bottle of scotch.
So Ben, and I'm sorry, you probably said this already, and I apologize. But the show that you're doing, it's virtual also, right? And it's
it's
about 100 seats that people can actually come see live, or no?
No, so the way it works on stage is you set the number of seats, right? You want to essentially set a goal. And so I the last time I did one, it was 50, and I figured this was a bigger moment because the song had come out, and I was going to make it 100. I want to kind of know all the people in the chat, be able to interact as much as I possibly can. And so I decided 100 was the...
That's what I said, Kristian. That's why I made the bet. I'm like, you're going to have to add tickets.
If you keep doing the rounds, you should just do the rounds more, though. It's like that, because I don't think a lot of people, I'm sure there were a lot of people in this chat for the first time who heard it, and there's going to be people on the replay who heard it for the first time.
I want Sidecar, guys. Go buy tickets.
If the show sells out or something, and I actually have to add more tickets, I don't even know what I'll do myself. If more than 100 people want to watch this live,
you're going to get more than 100 people. Where do you go to get the tickets again? Tell me where they go.
Stage it, and it's actually in the chat here. It looks like Malcolm just put it in for us.
Oh, good.
Neeks
Stage it. I can. I'll
pin it. I'm going to pin it. We're going to replace the pin one. I know that we'll.
As
Alex,
a man going through a breakup after 5 years, this is hitting my soul. Your story's not my story to write is the line that has kept me going. Can't wait for Saturday. Thank you everyone else here too. I appreciate you all.
That was from Neeks 2890. 2890.
Okay. So how much are the tickets? How much are the tickets?
$10.
Nothing.
$10. All right, listen. So here's what we're gonna do. Right now, there's 38 tickets left. Go get a ticket for Bateman right now. It's right there. As much. Here's the thing. This is the thing. It's like I realize the kind of relationship Kate and I have, because it's like when it comes to Kate and I, we'll scratch at each other, but then when it's like, wait, Kate can win something, I want to help Kate win. And I feel like it's the same thing. It's like, yeah, of course. I want you to win. I want you to be able to eat those donuts. So let's get Ben right now. I'm gonna look at that.
I still owe you a steak dinner, I believe.
Oh, I'm sure you do, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It's we'll call it even for all the free labor. Let's go to right now 38 left. This is horse shit. Let's get it to 100. Let's get those 38 tickets. The link is pinned right now. Get a ticket. Watch Ben. How many songs are you gonna sing?
John Lennon's Leather Cheerio donated $20. Hey gang, it is Rex Manning Day. God, I love the movie Empire Records.
That one broke up a little bit.
It's Rex Manning Day. I love the movie Empire Records.
Oh, I do too.
There you go.
Yeah, it'll be about 10 songs. Probably up. There's 5 originals on this album. I'll play all 5 of those, plus a couple that won't make the record, and then a few covers as well.
Well, there you go.
That's $1 a song, y'all.
So
that's like $1 a song. That's more than you give to change on the person sitting up by the subway, just being like, "Hey, I'm just happy to be here today." Like you can find $10 for 10 songs. Come on now, what do you cheap ass?
Yeah, there's 37 tickets left right now. 37.
Also,
tickets.
I haven't gained enough weight. I need these donuts. Guys.
Yeah, come on, people.
I just did it again. You guys, it's support Ben. Watch it because it's gonna be one of those things. Oh man, I could have watched this guy before he blown up for $10. Now I gotta pay
now you're being too nice. I really appreciate it. I hope something good happens with it. And again, you playing it on the show, Kristian, was really awesome, and also championing these tickets. So I hope to see you guys there. It's gonna be an awesome time. The last time I did one of these, the first one before the album was really written, was like one of the happiest nights of my life. So I'm hoping Saturday is the same way.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And let me ask you guys some clarification. When you say about your song, when you say I normally don't do this, do you mean playing songs or being on the show?
I think he meant be nice for 45 minutes.
Oh.
This is the longest you and I have talked in person without talking about the SCHMOEDOWN in history. I mean, we've talked about the SCHMOEDOWN for about 1 minute.
Yeah.
We talk an hour a day most days about the SCHMOEDOWN. This is
let's not do that today. So, what do you think about the main event tomorrow? Do you think that that Merle and you got your partner going in there against Collins? This kid is for real, man. 7-0, undefeated champion.
Show tomorrow.
I mean, look, if Collins
will surely sell out now. $50 once tickets are sold out. Action Army discount.
That was from Dom, who donated $20. I'm scalping a digital concert ticket to Ben's show tomorrow. The event will surely sell out now. $50 once tickets are sold out. Action Army discount.
Alex, be honest with me. Do you find a certain amount of freedom now that you don't have to be seen because you can kind of? I feel like you have.
You should have seen the other shows.
13 donated $20. Thank you, Winston, for validating my playing of King's Cup in my 30s. I can get faded shame-free now. Also looking forward to Bateman as the opening act for Zaflet in Flaus. JK Ben, that was actually pretty damn good. 1 album sold.
Flaus would open for Bateman. Come on, people.
Have you seen Flaus? Have you ever met Flaus, Brett?
I don't know Flaus.
Flaus doesn't open for anybody.
Yeah, I don't think Flaus is opening for anybody. I mean, I think people are going to be there to see Flaus.
Flaus bows to no one,
Yeah, but Alex, I just feel like you're in like panda pajamas and just like hanging out, like singing with a guitar, and like you must be having a blast because who knows what you're doing right now? You eating cereal, flicking people off. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'm not drinking from my Enya mug. I don't have the pressure of trying to find an image to put on my TV. It's nice.
For the audio listeners, go download Ben's song and buy a ticket to his concert. Love you, Ben.
That was from Kelly W. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. Kelly's my girl. Appreciate that.
And there's another audio listener.
Yeah, Ben.
I appreciate you, Kelly.
Who are your biggest musical influences? I hear some Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5, Adam Levine in your voice. I'm just wondering who do you go to when you're writing?
A lot of those people. My favorite artist of all time is Tom Petty. I grew up listening to the Goo Goo Dolls a lot, actually. So there's some songwriting stuff that comes from like the Johnny Resnick era, that 90s stuff, and then probably Dashboard, honestly, which I don't try to write like Chris a lot, but I know as a singer it's impossible to avoid. And then for newer artists, like, I mean, this is going to make me sound like a total jackass, but she did just win Album of the Year. I think Taylor Swift's like maybe one of the best like living songwriters.
Where was that one again, Alex?
It's a long one. It's Shadow Dragon Productions donated $20, and it's a poem.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have to read that poem again.
I thought it was "Carry on My Way."
Yeah, we'll have to because he did donate. So, but I don't understand why everybody does that. Like everybody does that, especially dudes, I should say, do that. It's like I can't tell you how many people are like, well, I didn't want to say this, and don't judge me, but I think Taylor Swift is a good. She's a fucking good musician.
No, I don't. I mean, I have
a lot of people do that, dude. Not just you. A lot of people do that. A lot of people just say like, don't judge me, but I like Taylor Swift. Who cares? She's a great musician.
I get what Ben's saying. You're saying from the standpoint of it's a cliche answer because she's like one of the greatest to do it. Is kind of what you're coming from, right?
Yeah, and also like you also like I don't know. There's people still that haven't embraced the fact that Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Like, kind of give you a hard time for it. Everybody
100%.
Still hasn't caught up. But I mean,
and also I think also it's not popular to say that pop stars can be good songwriters. I mean, that's just not like that. That would be like saying, but also like Katy Perry's got incredible songs. Like,
I think when you go back and you look at like different decades, like certain songs that were like the song of the decade, I think Blank Space is going to be remembered as one of the like 10 songs of the last decade. I think it's like one of the best pop songs ever written.
Winston, what's wrong? You got gas? What's going on?
No. I just whatever Kate just said about they got the best whatever. I can't so whenever I think of Taylor Swift, I also can't not think of Aretha Franklin throwing mad shade at her, where she was asked questions about like Alicia Keys. What do you think? A great songwriter, a incredible musician, and then she goes, "What about Taylor Swift?" And she goes, "Gowns, beautiful gowns."
Ooh.
It's like, oh my god!
Wow.
I want to give an update. Because Ben's about to leave here in a second. But there's 29 tickets left. 29 tickets left.
Oh, nice.
29. So you can get those.
Mine.
I feel like somebody's gonna buy all those tickets really soon before you leave. That's the goal.
Me.
It's just you, so you can win the donuts. You just
my nose to spite my face.
You just paid $300 for donuts.
For some donuts.
Yeah, do it. I guess we should talk about the main topic here too. Ben, we could let you go unless you want to talk about this with us. But you got to take off now, right?
Yeah, I got 5 minutes. But I was just going to tell you really quickly before we moved off from you wanted to talk about the main event. We've tried twice.
Yes. Yeah.
And it is my faction mate. It is my team partner who's playing in this thing. And so I did just want to sound off because I know, SCHMOEDOWN, something I do. I like it a lot. And I think that
$20.
what we're looking at on Friday
Congrats,
Collins
Ben, on the song. Can't wait for the gig. You still have to cover a Queen song to fully win me over.
It's from PLD.
Gotta be PLD. Yeah. Has to be. I'd consider a Queen song. I think Collins is right now in a position where he's the unkillable guy, right? That's what happens. You come in the league, you don't lose, you beat everybody, and I think right now he's setting himself up to really be cemented. He's going to eventually lose a match. It's going to happen at some point. Maybe he defends 5 times first, but
$30.
when he loses,
Happy birthday to me. Got my swag and 10 shirts yesterday. These shits are comfy as fudge. Loving everything about season 8 of MTS so far. Glad I've found this, and shout out to all involved. Can you point me to where I can find the season 8 war theme?
The theme itself, the song, I don't believe that's not a David B song, so we don't sell that. I think that's just something that we have inside of the library, the war theme. But what I will say is that Ben Bateman has a new theme song that we will put on that site pretty soon. The David B just sent over Dan Murrell's new theme, as well as Adam Collins' new theme, and those will both debut tomorrow night. And those will also be available, and they are incredible, both of those theme songs. So you're gonna love them, but they'll be available.
I can't really say this out loud, but I'm just gonna say it. Can you send me the Finstock Exchange theme song? Because it sounds like a Dungeons and Dragons rock anthem.
It's really good, right?
It's like really, like fuck the Exchange and everybody involved with them. But that song by David B, though.
Right. That song, that's a clip out. That's a clip out. You're going to see that all over the SCHMOEDOWN Facebook group.
I say it again. Fuck the Exchange and everyone involved with them. Let me make that really fucking clear.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what? Yeah, but do you know what the notes are? Because he and I work pretty closely on these songs, right? And I tell him he's just such a genius. Like I tell him the thought that I have inside of my head of what I want it to sound like, and he does it. And I'm like, I wanted to have, like, if you listen to that song, it has like that epic kind of sweeping feel. But I said, but I want to get, because he had come up with this one for the Exchange. I was like, I don't necessarily know that fits what they're doing. I was like, but somehow to have like a Bill Conti Rocky feel inside of that, and he did it. And I don't know. So are you guys able to hear this when I? Let me see, because I don't know how the new Skype thing works. So I want to make sure you guys can hear. Can you hear this when I play this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So here's let's play the Finstock Exchange theme, and you can hear the Rocky side of it. Just wait till the Rocky part comes. It's great. There's so many songs now.
with the weights.
You know what's the great part about it though, Ben, is that we have not even been able to debut any of these songs really, except like your old theme at a live event.
I know my old theme got played a single time once live, and it was like the audio was kind of glitchy and like no one really heard it. The timing was a little wonky that show, and like that was it. Now I got a new theme. That one we were so excited about, that old theme.
I do think coming out to Sorry for Tonight is a little, I don't know, it doesn't really bring the mood up. I think I'd go with something a little more upbeat.
A little more upbeat.
Speaking of which, how do you feel that Winston really likes the Finstock Exchange much more than he likes Sorry for Tonight?
Cocktail donated $20.
It's not
for the audio listeners.
Like,
Ben Bateman
gets me like fired up. The other one like has me in my feels. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like those, I'm just gonna have to.
He doesn't have a more successful
podcast. Real quick before Ben leaves, I do want to, for those people who have if you didn't catch Ben's match against Riley, or if you didn't catch it on when it happened on the pay-per-view, like this is what David B put this song together. And I will tell you that this is the most WWE 90s Attitude Era song that we have. It is so phenomenal. I love this song. Here it is.
The boss is back.
So good. Hey, Travis Gilbert, don't be a turd. We didn't hear the Schmobot. He's like, let's talk over it. That's cool. We didn't hear it. Can we play it again, Malcolm? I guess there was another Schmobot that came in that Travis so nicely told us that there was one coming in.
Yeah, there was one. I can read it out if you can pull it up, Malcolm.
Awesome. Are we able to replay them again or no?
I don't know.
Okay, we used to be able to replay them. I'm not sure if we can still do it. So let's read the ones that came. Yeah,
it was from Molotov Shrimp Cocktail, donated $20 for the audio.
$20.
Here goes another one coming in.
For the audio listeners, wait, that's me today, cause I literally just got my second C9 vid shot. I'm fully vaccinated. Should that be my pickup line now? Lol. On a serious note, that was amazing, Ben. Hi, Brett. Fart up fuckers.
That was from Michael Rodriguez.
And then
bet your ass. That's a pickup line.
You know, because Alex also Travis Gilbert apparently put in $50. So let's find his and play his, please.
Travis, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I just think it was a nicer way to tell us that we're talking over the thing, but thank you so much.
Something's happening where if any of us are talking, we can't hear, but that wasn't the case yesterday.
They hear it, but we can't hear it at times. So like the audience can hear it, and if we start talking, it plays over it. The audience can still hear it. So that's why. So let's get So apparently you can just hit refresh, and it'll do it again. But I think Malcolm's trying to figure it out. So let's find that the Travis Gilbert one, please.
Yeah, Travis Gilbert says, for the audio listeners, Brett and Kate hosting twice with a panel full of their children just sounds like a much less chaotic SEN than normal.
Oh my
Gonna be
God.
great.
Yeah, that would be pretty great. Okay, so where we are with that, by the way,
we're close.
We're about 1,000 away from Brett and Kate. Oh. Brett and Kate doing their own show with no guests, booking their own guests. We're about
donated $20. That exchange theme song low-key sounds like an anime version of Power Rangers with a Dragon Dagger song intro. I dig it.
Kind of, sort of. It like that, and like the problem is it puts a very distinct image in my head of Gucci, no shirt on with a fucking crown, sitting on a throne, all his lackeys around him and shit. And then the whole of the Schmoedown comes rushing them to try and kick their ass, and it's a massive battle in the throne room to like just cut Gucci's head off. Like that's what I feel like when I hear it. It's just like fireballs are being thrown and people shooting arrows and shit. Like it's wild.
Right.
It's awesome. Hey, Kristian, I got to jump out of here, but guys, thank you so much for supporting what I'm doing. And
let's check how many tickets you sold before you leave.
Looks like we got. Looks like there are 27 tickets to the show left.
All right.
Yeah.
27.
All right.
Fascinating. I already bought mine, guys.
I can't wait to see you guys on Saturday. Thanks for hosting me. I appreciate it, guys. Kristian, thanks for playing the song, and I'll see you guys all this weekend.
Later.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Congrats, Ben.
Thank you.
Later. All right, guys.
By the way, speaking of Gucci, he was in my neighborhood the other day.
Wait, Kate, who's going to tell him the song is terrible? No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
No, it was really good. It was really good.
It's so good. Like, Ticky's listened to it a couple times. He's like, this is catchy as fuck. Like, I know.
What's Wild Gucci? And I'm not going to tell you that you are the first person to say, I just randomly saw Gucci in my neighborhood. You're not. Shannon told me, Shannon's like, I was getting like a sandwich at this place, and I turned over and I turned around and I hear, what are you doing here?
I saw him in his car, and I couldn't remember his real name, so I was just going, Gucci.
Yeah.
Bobby Gooch. Gucci Bob. Like, I was just like, what is what's the best? But he responded eventually, and then he was like, hey, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, my kids are in the car with me. Now they know the word.
Are we able to bring Alex in for now that we have that 5 layout, Malcolm, still?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great.
Easy peasy.
Right.
Hold on.
So let's bring him back in his dinosaur pajamas. Where is he? That's dead.
For the people that can't see behind the scenes, Malcolm just adjusted all of our names to fit the 4-shot. Have to readjust it.
To be fair, before the show started, I did ask if we could bring.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like, I would be.
Look at him.
There he is.
That handsome little gorgeous.
A girl. There he is.
Oh.
Look at him.
Oh, I like that little.
I didn't do my hair today.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Alex, you're trying to look. Your haircut's looking pretty slick too. I like it.
Thanks.
And
I'm doubling up on my blank check merch today.
Oh,
because my boy Griffin Newman's got a match today at 2 p.m.
He does, and so you know what's really funny about that is that Griffin Newman is like all in the Schmoedown. He is invested. He texts me about like potential gimmicks and ideas and thoughts that he's got on the thing, and and without Alex, I'll be honest, without Alex, I wouldn't. I mean, I knew we interviewed Griffin for at Collider Live when he was on the Tick, and Alex had said, I think he'd be pretty good in the Schmoedown. And I was like, yeah, everybody says that, but this is New York, and he's not going to be able to play. And that with digital, as the draft was coming up, Alex was like, hey, what about Griffin Newman? And I'm like, shit, you know what? I should reach out to Griffin Newman again and see if he wants to do it. And the buzz on this guy, it's big, man. It's big. They really
promo he shot, Kristian.
It's great.
Is one of the funniest. Like, I was like, oh no, we have like a great actor who's hilarious who also knows movie trivia. Like, this is the perfect storm.
He's got a lot of personality, and I can guarantee you, if he can put on a run, we'll see how he does tomorrow. But if he can put on a run, and even if he does it, honestly, to get him in a New York event would be amazing, And what's really great is that even talking to Kevin Smith, even win or lose with against Stacy, he does night with Kevin Smith all around like the country, and he said that when he's back on, doing it, and we time it out, that he'll compete in a live event. So we'll put Kevin Smith in a live event, which would be amazing.
That's huge.
Yeah, he confirmed it with me the other day, and he's like, "I'd love to." He's like, "I would absolutely want to do this live. So you let me know when, and we'll time it out." So Kevin Smith will be on a live event. It's just a matter of when. So I'm really excited about that. So again, win or lose against Stacey Howard tomorrow night, he'll still be. He's another one. He's all invested, and he wants to compete. He loves doing it. So it's going to be. He's 2-0 right now. So it's going to be very interesting with this match against Stacey. Okay, so the big story that we had put here, Alex, is that this comic book movie who said that there's a lot of speculation with Qui-Gon going to be in the Obi-Wan series. What does this particular report say?
Yeah, it's basically just saying that it is canon that Obi-Wan took 10 years to communicate with his former master after Revenge of the Sith. And since this series is taking place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, we could get flashbacks to when he was trying to learn everything, and Ewan McGregor was spotted with a beard that looked similar to his beard in the prequels, so maybe they could be gearing up for that.
Wolf donated $20. Hey crew, hey Kristian was curious if by chance that new Bateman theme will be available to buy at all. As the president of the buy stocks in Ben Bateman Club, I'll buy it 100 times if I have to.
So again, Frankie A says there's a pooping sound. I think he means popping sound, but there's a popping sound going on in the audio. I don't know if there's something that happened when we switched Alex in, but just if you guys didn't know, Alex, maybe you and Malcolm can check on that. There's a big popping sound that the audience is complaining about. Dagan Broad says snap, crackle, and pop, but Frankie A once again says pooping sound. So that's to let everybody know. I am,
just to be clear, I am pooping. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That would be great because Kate had something installed the other day. It's a great desk chair, and it'll be a sponsor soon. It just it drops right into the chair, and then they have these little. It's almost like Dobby comes in and just removes it, dumps it outside, and buries it in a hole in the backyard.
Yes, master.
Going to get your poo-poo. So, all right. So, Qui-Gon.
Do you think he'll show up?
I do. I think it is.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Do we think it's going to be Liam?
Yeah, it will be Liam.
Nope. It'll be a massive missed opportunity if they don't bring him in. It has to be. They set it up in Revenge of the Sith. Has not been talked about at all. They talked about it. And Yoda tells him, he's like, go communicate with your former master. He's going to show you how to do it. He's going to show you the trick, learn the trick. And I think throughout that end, I reference this on Sith Council all the time. There's a canon novel or canon bunch of short stories, and certain. In the first one, in the scene where Luke goes and discovers the bodies of Owen and Beru. What just happened? I don't know. Did you hear that?
That was K-Wolf. Oh wait, no. Let me refresh.
Pooping.
Yeah, we're still
pooping.
Yeah, we're still. I mean, the guy's still ironing the kinks out. So it's just it is what it is. And then, anyway, so I think that that's a scene, and he's communicating with Qui-Gon in that scene. So he does communicate with him. I think that they'll show. It'll be like that big moment of like Luke. It's like, oh, everybody's talking about it around the water cooler. Like that was it last night. Liam Neeson showed up in that scene. What do you think, Winston?
I mean, I would love to see it. We'll see kind of what happens. I'm of the mindset now. I would say I'm a little bit more disconnected from Star Wars, not from a lack of being interested in it, but I feel like I don't know enough of kind of the lore outside of what we've seen to make any direct guesses. And I'm tired after what we went through with WandaVision. I'm tired of trying to figure it out one way or the other. So I hope they bring it in. I hope they bring in Qui-Gon because he's one of my favorite characters. But I'll see what happens.
Now you get for the audio listeners is funny, Kristian.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the audio listeners, for you, whatever you're doing with your microphone, you just turned up. You sound like you're in the bathroom.
Oh no, it was me.
So look, someone asked as far as why change it for FCL and for this, why change it with Skype? Well, because the answer is we finally got a TriCaster, and it's not in effect yet. But when we get the TriCaster, it needs to be run through Skype in order to run OBS, and you can't do that through StreamYard or Streamlabs or no StreamYard.
Yamagata32 donated $20. Just want to reiterate that Ben's song was first played on the Brett and Kate show that Kristian doesn't know about but charges $10. SEN can put on a shoe with Marzoña, Ben Bateman and Zafluert in Flaus while Kate Irish jig. Take my money.
Well, that's why that's again. So as far as charges, that's how do you think Brett and Kate get paid a little extra a week in order to do that show? That was my favorite. I saw somebody on a Reddit theme going, all this money that's coming in from the Streamlabs and the super chat that goes to Harloff's pocket. It does. Oh, good. We tell my wife that, so she stops asking where.
Look at where you're living, Kristian. You got a whole office there.
I have a whole office. So it's like we have a company that we run that people when ask Winston when Winston's on the show and he's hosting, and we get to that goal, the hosts get a bump. That's how we do it. That's how we have to do it. Yeah, someone says I saw it. I was like, yeah, no, the hosts get a bump. Like, no, they don't. What do you mean, no, they don't? Winston, let me ask you a question. If you're on the show and you hit $1,000, do you get a bump?
I do indeed get a bump.
Exactly. So it's like stop.
Cocaine.
Yeah. So stop talking. So stop talking shit if you don't know. It's like, why the fuck am I having my friends on these shows, and I'm gonna have them? No, set thing. That's it. The company's going to make money. No, we're not going to spend it on engineers. We're not going to spend it on editors. We're not going to spend it on equipment. It's going to go to me, and I'm going to get a pool put in my yard. It's like, don't say stupid shit if you don't know anything.
Kristian, you did. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I just want to let Kristian know I am available next week to dig the hole for the pool. So
I was going to say, what you guys don't know is Kristian did get a pool, but it was an inflatable pool for $30, and then he popped it.
It was not $30. It was $80.
Okay.
It was $80. And what happened was, this is my wife was like, you have to tell this story on air, and I guess I will. So this pool, we don't have a pump with the electric pump for air, right? So it's like you can put
I play this part of Sadie in this though?
Yes.
Okay. So I say to him, I'll go ask my neighbor for the pump. So I go, but he couldn't wait for that. Go ahead, Kristian. Tell her what you did.
Yeah, because I wasn't about to wait. It was a hot day. The kids wanted to go in the pool. So instead of waiting for our neighbor who might have been not home, I was like, it says you can also put water in the pool. And you can blow it up through water. So I was like, that's what I'm going to do. So I put the hose inside of it and wasted gallons upon gallons of water in order to do this.
Air is free. Water we pay for.
It's the truth. It's the truth. It was... So doing that and putting the water in there finally, and then there was a part of the pool where you need air. So I decided I was going to Clark Griswold it and blow it up with my mouth. And I indeed did that. And the bench part and everything else too. So then this is the most Clark Griswold part of it all. I finally get it. My wife's frustrated with me. The kids are like, this guy's a fucking idiot. He's never going to get this done. So they leave, and I'm out in the backyard sweating, getting this thing, and it's almost there. It's ready to go. I was like, and my daughter comes out and goes, Dad, don't put any more water in it. It's enough. I go, no, it still can do a little bit more. So I stick the hose in, and right on the side, it just like a geyser just splits right into, and the water starts shooting out like a fountain. And I'm just like, this is the most Clark Griswold moment ever. And you could hear me go, no. Just defeated in the back of we
have a pond in our backyard now.
We have ducks now too. It was incredible. So anyway, that's it. So yeah, so everybody should, just to reiterate, so everybody when they're on the show, oh yeah, by the way, so when the girls made that money, that $5,000, I told them they were getting nothing. I gave them 25 cents, and they still came back. They decided they wanted to do it again because I didn't give them any extra money. What a stupid comment that was. They don't get anything. You just let you know it all goes to Harloff's pockets. Dumbass. All right. What's next, Alex? You got anything else?
Well, I think Qui-Gon will be there definitely. All right, should we get to Streamlabs?
As long as it's Liev Schreiber, I'm down.
As long as it's Larry Styles. Liam Neeson. I remember the name now. I forgot.
All right, that's good. Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Real quick before we get it, what is a TriCaster? I just don't know what that is.
Oh, so TriCaster is basically it's the equipment that Collider ran on, and it allows you to do so much more with technology as far as what you can do with graphics and transitions, and it just makes the shows run a lot smoother and we'll be able to run the Schmoedown pay-per-views with it, and it's also it's what enables it allows us to do live events. Like when you do live events, that was streaming live and doing all that. So thank you, Winston. It's a great question for people who don't know. We need it. Like we had to rent a TriCaster every time we went to New York or Chicago, which became expensive. Now, I mean, they're very expensive, but they're worth it. And it was one of the things that I wanted to make sure that when we put together this whole thing, we were able to get a TriCaster because we need it, and we were able to do that. So again, thank you guys for this. This is why when people, and we've always been very transparent. We will continue to be transparent. This is when you guys are donating, and we make sure when you see these new additions to the show, that's the reason why. So that's why we changed it to Skype, because we wanted to get a new layout, because we wanted it to look better also, because it's like, it's we've been in quarantine now for over a year.
Travis Gilbert's turd donated $20. Sorry for the pooping sound. All money obviously goes to Kristian for his mini golf addiction, and the folks on the panel just come daily for fun and games.
That's right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is, because I had that golf game is just incredible. I was playing with my friend. Like I realized though, I took a break. I didn't take a lunch break, so my friend texts me and he goes, "Hey, you want to play golf in New York?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." And it was like an hour before like what we were supposed to like tape a match, or no, we were supposed to tape a scene. I was supposed to tape a scene. So I'm like, okay, let's get to it. And I had to prep for it, and I thank God I written all the notes and I'd done everything too. But I was like, I made it just in time for the scene. So there you go. Okay, let's get to some more of these questions here, Alex. What do we got?
Let's get to our first question. Yeah, Dagan says, "Hey crew, who is this Kristian guy hosting today? He looks kind of familiar. Funny enough, I think the last time the boss was on SEN was the So Sorry Lex show. Will there be a track on the album called So Sorry for Tonight, Lex?"
Ask him to do that. Maybe when he's on this Flirt and Plaza show, it's a little bit more silly that he actually could do that for sure. It's funny, Steph and Mike and I were talking after Sith Council yesterday, Kate, and like we were just having a conversation for like 45 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, I wish Kate was here, because this is absolutely something that could be in the set for sure." It was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really good. It was really fucking funny. I want
to just show everybody my new swag.
Yes, please.
Sorry.
Oh, I like that.
Which is pretty dope.
That's pretty dope. Is that Rosario Dawson's version, or is that like just?
No, it's from T Public.
Oh, okay.
Which is T Republic. It's like T.
T Public. That's who we used to be with. We used to be with them.
Oh, okay. So it's like all these independent artists that like do it, but I saw that, I was like, yes, Ahsoka.
Right. Well, and so I just see Zeno Hour asking this question.
Hey, Kristian, here's $20 donated $20. This is for you. Keep it and don't let anybody tell you that you shouldn't.
Exactly.
That's just for your pocket. You can keep that one for your pocket, Kristian.
I'm rich. I wish. I'm rich. Someone says, please, will you do me a favor? Don't write in the chat Kristian is rich. Tell my wife that. Because I certainly, that's how it's got to be. We need, we're trying to push this thing in, and the main thing that I want to do is I got to try to get. That's why I tell you guys about the shirts and stuff too. Like I cannot tell you, and Winston can tell you, and Kate can tell you how hard the managers work. They drive me fucking crazy. Okay, they drive crazy, and there are times when I say I want to go back to the old ways because they drive me crazy, but they work so hard. They work so hard. They connect with these players. They establish relationships with players. There's emotion that is shed outside of this thing. I was talking to Winston yesterday, and he's like, "I got to go because I'm going to a study session with my crew." Like they put extra time in here. So that's why when I tell you guys, like even if you're not watching the Schmoedown, get a fucking shirt. get a shirt of whether it's swag or the Den
or the Den, probably.
Either way, there's a percentage. There's a percentage of the profits. That's what they're going to be playing for at the end of the year, and you don't want them to be playing for $600, $700. We're trying to get them to play for thousands, because that way it's. And the other thing that I really want to do, I want to get this prize pool up to like $50K, $100K, because the reason why, besides the fact of it's going to reward the players, it's going to reward the managers. What it's also going to do, it's going to bring a big spotlight to the community, and what the community has done, not just the Schmoedown community, what the Schmoville community has been doing for years. This is one of the most tight-knit, intense, passionate communities that there is on any, whether it's in the internet or any fan base. And I want a light shine on you guys, because I guarantee you, by the time we get to 20, 50,000 of the donations and the purchases, we're going to have an article that says this prize that they're playing for was funded by their fan base, and the fan base wanted to reward this, and we'll get the spotlight from whether it's Variety, a Hollywood Reporter. And Brett, you said it the other day, man. I was listening, and I was kidding when I said I listened to a lot of your interview with Rocha, but you did come up to that point when you said, tell Kristian that no, he's not going to do something. Tell him that something's not going to work. And it's like I get fueled by that shit, man. Like I saw some stupid asshole the other day going, Schmoedown is just not what it was, or Schmoedown. I don't know why they go back to movie reviews. Fuck you. Because I guarantee you that this thing is going to be. I'm that close. I'm that close, and especially when we get live events back, all of you who just who decided, this is not the thing. You're small thinking. You're small thinking. There's always a way to get there. There's always something. And for anybody out there who is out there and saying to yourselves like, how come I'm not doing this? How come I'm not doing that? It's always on you. Never blame anyone else. It's always on you, because there's something you're not doing. There's something I'm not doing right now. I'll find a way to do it. I'm just not doing it right now. I'll find a way to do it. Everybody, for any person who doubts themselves and goes, why is it happening for this person, not that person? What are you doing wrong? It's not anybody else's fault except your own. So fucking do it. And that's the same thing. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for the day when I'm gonna give. I mean, and if it's petty and it's immature, I don't care. I'm gonna give the middle finger to every single person that said, I don't care about the Schmoedown. This you're not gonna be able to do anything with the Schmoedown. Same person that told me I wouldn't be able to do movie reviews with my comedian buddy and it wouldn't become anything. The same person who told me, why are you trying to work for the WWE? No one knows who you are. You can't work in movies because of this. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't leave Collider. F you. Do what you got to do, and don't let anyone else tell you that you can't do anything. Whatever the fuck you want to do, just do it. But it's on you. The onus is always on you. Sorry,
Kristian. Absolutely. I love that. I went to church and to temple.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's just like I get it.
Brett and I are lazy as hell, so
I saw that comment that you're talking about, Kristian. So are you going to give him the finger when you're interviewing him for the movie that he's going to be in someday?
But you know what? But no, but
piece
you're
of shit.
right. But it is. It's, I see this stuff. They're just like, it's like these comments that'll come in and be like, the views aren't what they used to be. It's like, fuck you. They will be, and I'll figure out another way to do it. It's like the community. The big thing for like views and subscribers and all that shit. It's a matter of, is the audience that you're pushing towards, are they entertained? And the answer is yes. When I look at what the managers are doing, and there was a poll the other day as far as like what was the most, like which season did you enjoy, 1 through 6 or 7 through 8? And listening through the 7 through 8 and why people love 7 through 8 is because the matches have been intense, the relationships have been intense, and that's the type of stuff. Is when that stuff starts to get stale and that stuff doesn't work, then you got to shift and you got to maneuver the same way everything else does. But the new competitors and everybody else coming in, I'm telling you right now, this once we do live events, then it's over. We just need PR. We need more people. That's why I asked you guys, please share videos when they go out. Please share promos when they're out. If you see them, like if it's a scene or whatever it is too, like the scene we posted yesterday has 7,000 views.
Kristian's pool contractor donated $20. Hey, Kristian. We need to install your double-decker diving board and are a little bit short on funds. Can you take from Kate's hosting money for today to cover it? You can also take from Travis Gilbert's donations today and we could make it for sure.
Right. I want to I want to also address a comment in here too that I just saw because I want to be very clear on this. Someone said, shit, I got to find who said it. It might have been Prince. It wasn't promised. Someone said, not everybody has the same opportunities in life. Of course not. Of course not. But there are ways to find angles because this is the thing. Somebody knows somebody who can help you in one way or another. And roads are some roads are much harder than other people's roads. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. There are like, and I will say this, and this is, and you know me, I'm not political. Winston, his road has been 5,000 times harder in life than my road has been, and there's no doubt about that. But the same thing is Winston knows people and has gotten himself to a place right now in life where he's still working on things and doing things, but he's a successful actor. He's great on the mic. He's done things, and he's found ways to maneuver his situations and make that work. And that's not an easy thing for anyone. It is not easy for anyone, especially for people who are in places of extreme, whether it's poverty or tragedy and things that have happened. Some people things are thrust upon you on life that you cannot control. I mean, when my brother passed away, like there was things that happened inside, like that was going. My daughter was baptized the day before my brother passed away. And then that day afterwards, like it threw my whole fucking life into a tailspin. And I've talked about this before, and I'll talk about it again. It fucked with me forever, right? And I talk about it again with the whole Galaxy's Edge thing. I went into work that day on Galaxy's Edge. It was about same time my brother's birthday was in May. And I went into work just mad and angry. And this by no means an excuse for anything that happened, but this is just, there are things that are going on in your life that you explode sometimes and you let things go and you do things, and it's a place of passion, it's a place of anger, it's a place of whatever it is. And on that particular day, I just got caught with my fucking hands down. I got caught in the jaw because, I just let my emotions come out and I had a bad day at work. That shit happens. But like,
Roberto Taylor donated $20. From a long-time fan, I want to say thank you to Kristian and all the crew.
Thank you. Thank you. And I know, I'm sorry, I'm just fucking babbling here, but like
I actually love it, Kristian. I feel like we don't get to hear this from you a lot. I think just keep going, keep speaking it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so when that happened for that particular day, like, that's another thing though too. It's like, and that was a small thing, and like I had to rethink. Also, make sure don't go into fucking work like that. Understand where I'm coming from. I was harboring a lot of anger and stuff that was going on with my brother passing and things like that. But I had to, same thing, rearrange and maneuver and say, okay, well then what do I do if I'm so miserable right now and doing this, plus the fact I wasn't happy at Collider. I wasn't happy there when I was working there. So I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I continue to go to work angry and miserable all the time and do this and be in a space, or do I shift and try to find another way to do it? And this is particular to me and my situation, but what I'm telling you guys is that if you're in a position where you're unhappy or you don't think you can do something because you're scared, that's the biggest thing, man. My dad told me that for years. It's like don't be like, it's like you can be scared, and fear should always be a thing that is there, but it shouldn't hold you back, because it's fear and it's that anxiety of you guys saying, like, I can't make this happen, I won't be able to make this happen, I can't do it. That's the thing that will put you in this place of darkness that you just can't get out of. And I've been there. Shit, man, I was there fucking 2 weeks ago. I was there 2 weeks ago thinking, like, do you know how frustrating it is? And it's like knowing and putting in the love and the passion, watching what Winston and Kate and all these people are doing every day, and watching some weird fucking thing where the subscribers, we stay on 300, then we drop to 299, then we go to 310, then we drop to 299, then we go to 300, 301, 302, it drops to 299. I want to bang my fucking head against the wall knowing that what we're able to do, but instead of saying, okay, don't listen to fucking Troll Farts 36 who's saying, oh, see, that's the end of what you're doing there. It's like, no, what am I doing wrong? Do I need to go to a PR firm? Do I need to go here? Do I need to do that? And yeah, does it get frustrated when you see some stupid asshole say, oh, Kristian, he's selfish. He's paying his workers penny, and then he's going on to doing it. I'm like, no, instead of worrying about that stupid fucking moron, you go, okay, make sure that the people I'm working with are happy, talking to them, having conversations with them, but also understanding, like, listen to people, understand people, because people don't listen. People don't listen, and that's the main thing. People want to go out and they want to tell you their problems, what they're feeling, and that's fine. It's fine to vent, but also listen to those other people, because it's conversation that turns everything around. A conversation. I had a conversation again last week with somebody, and I said, I'm going to reach out to people. That's another thing. Reach out to people in general. If you're thinking about jobs and particular opportunities, the worst thing.
Ended up in the Schmoedown. Not to interrupt you, but like the fact that I showed up to a taping and I just walked up to you and introduced myself. This is what I do. This is what I'm about. I feel like I would love to do this thing, and you were like, "Fuck it, let's see what you got." Like it's about having enough courage in yourself, but also being ready to take that shot when it's ready there for you, and then just fucking doing it. I mean, I agree with you. I think that not everybody. Someone made a great analogy in the chat that some people are born on a country road and some people are born on a highway. So some of those rides are going to be a little bit easier than others, but it is about the decision to take the drive in the first place.
Yeah, and exactly, 100%. Bryce Roach, don't turn this into this shit, because that's not what this is. He says, white man says, only you are bringing yourself back. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm telling you is, like I just acknowledged, I understand, and I can understand, and I'm assuming, obviously, that you're black, and that's what I'm saying. Like, your road is a billion times harder than my road. There's no doubt about that. What I'm telling you is, don't let, there are certain things, there are more things holding you back than me. There's no doubt about that. What I'm telling you is that it is a cliche thing of just trying to find those positives and trying to find, there are ways around certain things to try to figure out, okay, instead of doing that, or instead of saying, I can't make this work.
Aaron, not that Aaron, the other one donated £23.99 through Super Chat. Kristian,
$700.
We appreciate you and we love what you've brought to us all. This is your show, and no matter how you're feeling, we are all listening and we all support you. Honesty inspires.
Wait, what happened there?
Inspires greatness.
Oh, no, I was joking. I was saying, that's my bit with Alex, just because he laughs at it every time. Whenever we hear a British pound amount, I always do like a conversion that makes it seem like it's $1,000.
I genuinely thought it was $700.
No.
I was like, wait, what?
It's a callback to when Kate said we shouldn't talk over the Smo butts, and then she talked over them.
Yes. Thank you, Brett. Good looking out, buddy.
So, like I said, I just wanted to, it was more about, it wasn't about saying like, oh, you can do it, but it's more just letting people know.
McMurray Marine United donated $20. Dear Mr. Harloff, this is McMurray Marine United, and we delivered your new seed to wave run a jet ski for your pool. It's against local regulations and laws, but for the extra thousands you paid us, well cut through the red tape. Have safe fun on your jet ski. Troll Farts 36 donated $20. Hey, why are you picking on me? I never said that. Kristian. I'm unsubscribing just like Dick Suck Farts 44569 did.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally fair.
Kristian,
anyway.
I think the thing that's important here is the spirit of what you're saying, because I think whenever somebody says, yeah, well, people have different opportunities. When somebody says that, of course that's the case, but also that does a disservice to everybody who has been dealt so much worse. And look at Barack Obama. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you think he feels good that people are like, oh, that man had to overcome so much, and he never stopped to point at other people. And that's the whole point. Is look at the situation that you've been given, and what are the things that you can control about that situation, and what are the things that you can do to get out of that situation if it's not one that you want to be on. And yes, the world is full of people that have overcome all obstacles more than anybody on this panel will ever have to do to make something big. And that's the spirit of what Kristian is saying. It's not about like, oh, it's really hard for me. Kristian has been dealt what he's been dealt, and did what would be. Right. And I think about like what Brett and I have been dealt with, and like Brett and I are constantly like, what if we did a home improvement show? And we're like, that'd be fun. And then we never do anything about it, and we only have ourselves to blame about that, because that's different. That's Kristian.
Well, that's kind of what I meant. I meant that there's just things like, if, for example, then there's tons of stuff, like I said, and I put a blame on myself all the time. Like, there's times when I say, okay, I'm going to do that, and I don't do it, and I'm like, oh, how come that never worked out? Because you didn't fucking do it. It's like, the same thing. Like, I know that I get tired at times. Like, I'll work here until like 6 o'clock. I'll go in, and then I got to be a dad and a husband. So I'm out there, and then I'm exhausted by like 10 o'clock. And in my head, I'm like, you know what? Read that book that you want to read and write down all those ideas. And in my head, I'm like, I got to go to sleep. And then I don't do it. And I'm like, oh, fuck, now I'm backed up. Now I can push myself and I can work till 3 a.m. and be exhausted, but I know that's going to wind up getting me tired, getting myself into a position. Like today, I was like, my wife was, she had said something. Instead of getting into an argument, I just stopped. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to be quiet here. I'm going to relax. I'm going to get myself into a good mood. I'm going to have a show, and that was it. And it's just the choices that we make. That's all it is. It's not about,
I agree with you. I think probably my favorite Kanye, one of my favorite Kanye lines is ridiculous. But the other one that actually is probably the most motivational is him specifically saying, we aren't all going to be American Idols, but you can at least grab a camera, shoot a viral. And that's the truth. We all have smartphones at this point. If you don't have a smartphone, you know somebody that has a smartphone. We all have at least something that we can do to go and create or record a podcast. People can grab stereo, which allows you to podcast on for free and stuff like that. There's so many different avenues for us to make some sort of wave and some sort of splash and create and stuff like that. And it's a matter about going about and doing it. And as has been
50
said,
Shades of Geek donated $20. I just joined the show in the middle of that wonderful speech by Kristian. I had no idea what it was about. I'm happy I heard it. Kristian, you're the best, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You built his great community for all of us. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to make that clear. Thank you for saying.
Salad Von Bako donated $100. Kristian, when you talked about your brother, I was totally able to relate. I lost my sister, and there are days where it is crazy hard to move forward, but I do. You are an inspiration to me. You have created something that lifts people up. Thank you.
Thank you, Salad. That's very nice of you. And again, I want to make it very clear. This wasn't about a whole, was me, this and that, how this thing's not going. This is about just saying to yourself, okay, well, it's just, I think that when people are able to put the vision in, well, what can I do? Because I think that it just after some of those comments, looking at look at the white guy who says he can't, he's got these, that it's you and you have more opportunities than I do. And that's true. What I'm just saying is it is very easy to get angry and to blame, you know what I mean? And but I think that it's cliched. It's this positivity. And I think that if you are able to try to be positive, even in the worst situations, and again, I know that I'm not, there's just situations that I have never been and can't even speak on. But what I can tell you is that there are ways out. There are ways out of positions of unhappiness and sadness, and it ain't easy. It ain't easy. There's sometimes I got this job, I have this thing, and it's a belief in yourself. It's a belief in yourself too. I think that's the overall thing. Winston, do you agree what I'm saying here? No. You're
right on. I think it's again. I think the biggest thing that we all just have to remember, and I think that's something that you were preaching at the start of the speech. So if someone wanted to walk into it and take it out of context, as people love to do on the internet, they will. The idea is that some people are born, have in the batter's box. Some people are born on third base. And so, but the truth is that person in the batter's box that hasn't even stepped up yet, they could be the one that hits the home run and scores, and the person on third could never do anything. So it's really a matter of, yes, some people have it easier to get to that final goal,
right?
But it's about what you do with it in that regard. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's because there's like I said, there's there are times that certain people have way more than other people. And the person with way more will do less with the person with less, because it's that. And a lot of times it's that person with less that has that motivation because they want more. And the person who already has more says, well, I have everything. I have the things that I want, and they don't. They use it as an excuse. They use it as it's why you see those stories. Look, Sylvester Stallone, right? I was watching Rocky with my daughter last night, and I'm watching what he was going through and what he fought for and what he was able to do. And that's a story in general that is very, it's a once in a lifetime thing. And luck comes with it, man. Luck comes with it. It is, there's no doubt about it. I talk about this thing, there are moments in my life that I know here's a perfect example. I think we talked about this on stereo, Brett. I was in this place one time and I was doing stand up, and it was when I was going up a lot, and I was really having great sets, and I was up there, and I'm having a lot of I was on fire this one night. And I'm like, okay, you know, all my friends are getting deals with whether it's shows. At the time, Punk'd was a big thing, and all my friends were on Punk'd, and other people were getting Montreal and sitcoms. And I'm like, okay, you know what? If they say you put in hard work, they say hard work pays off. Hard work pays off, and that's all I'm doing is hard work. So I'm up on stage one night, and this is also to couple the fact I'm working at Silver Pictures from like 8 in the morning until 7, leaving and going to do the Comedy Store and these other places. This was at the Derby night I was doing this show. So I'm up there, and I'm up there for like 15, 20 minutes, and I'm just putting in everything that I have, and I just had a really good one, a really good set. So I get off stage, and I'm outside, and I just wanted it. It's like when you're at the gym and you just have a really good, you know, you have a workout or something, or you do something, or you're playing, you're a musician, Alex, and you have a great set, and you're just like, oh, that felt great, and you don't need anybody to tell you, you know that it feels good. So I'm outside, and I'm just chilling because I'd like to take like a walk and just kind of breathe it off, and this guy comes running after me. And he's like, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" I go, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm just telling you." He's like, I'm not gonna say his name, but he's like, "I'm a comedy agent. I was there to see my client. What you just did there was incredible." He's like, "Where are you? Where'd you come from? Blah 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 blah. You got to call me first thing on Monday morning. We're gonna start doing shit." And I'm like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, I wasn't expecting it. That was amazing. So on Monday, I call this guy. The guy doesn't take. I do it again. I find out the guy was fucking shithouse. So
hold on. Somebody's got kids in the background.
Christian, tell your kids to shut up.
It's me. Sorry, guys. I'll mute myself. I'll mute.
But anyway, and the guy was like shithouse. I found out because I wound up talking to his assistant, who I wound up knowing down the line, and said, "Yeah, he does that a lot. It's not that he didn't like you. He probably really liked you when he was hammered, and he probably really meant everything he said, but he just doesn't remember." And I'm like, and that crushed me. It crushed me because I'm like, am I ever like, is this a fucking joke? And like, you know, and it continues to happen. Like, you know, I remember the same thing, like working at WWE, putting everything that I had into it, and then turns out didn't work out. There are things like there's tons of stuff that I had, and I did stuff. I'm like, okay, here's another thing. This is big thing that's going to happen. Doesn't work out. And it's like, it's fucking soul crushing. It's soul crushing. But it instead of saying, oh man, this, how come so-and-so has it? How come this person has it? How come that person has it? I'm like, well, what can I do differently? It kicks me in the fucking ass every time something doesn't happen. Like in a good way and a bad way. Every time, like, you know, I'll look and like, you know, and like I said, there's frustrating comments, and there'll be people in the chat room, or there'll be people on Twitter saying stupid shit after hearing me talk about it. And there's other people who go, okay, I understand what you're saying. And I just have to continue to keep going until I fucking pass out.
I get it. I get it, man. Cause like just you talking about like that moment, like I had that, I mean, we've talked about this. I had that moment late November, early December of last year where like I was up to be a lead of a TV show, man. And like, I don't know if people know this, but they make you negotiate your contract before they actually decide who they're going to offer the role. Cause they don't want to offer the role and then you start trying to hold out and shit like that. So I literally had to stare at what would have been a life-changing amount of money in the face and then sit there for like a week figuring out if it was going to happen or if it wasn't going to happen, only to be told that they were going with the other dude, and how soul-crushing that is. But right. It was one of those, take it on the chin, pick yourself back up and keep going, because I could have stopped right there and that's the end of it. But, you know, then the thing that I put all of my energy into, like, what was I spending my time doing that in the first place if I was just going to give up because of that?
Absolutely. But look, and here's the other thing that we have to make sure that we are very clear about as well. Winston, myself, Kate, Alex, Brett, we all chose this profession. You know, we all chose, and it comes with rejection. It comes with the very realistic possibility that what you think in your head, what motivates you that the big picture you have in your head of what's going to happen, you have to go into it understanding that probably won't happen. You have to go into it the same way. And I'm not telling you don't have that fire, because I'm telling you that's what I've been telling you to have, is that fire and that drive. But you also have to have, it's like going to Vegas. You've got to if you go to Vegas with $1,000 to gamble with, you have to go into Vegas knowing that you're not going to come back with $1,000. You're going to come back with nothing. That's how you have to go in. You might come back with $100,000, but you have to be prepared to have zero. And that's the mentality you've got to have in this, and that's the mentality you got to have in anything that you do, I think, though, too, knowing you have the drive to keep on pushing and keep on going. But that's how I deal with rejection. That's how I deal with negativity. That's how I deal with all that stuff, because it's a fucker, man. It's a fucker.
Sometimes I feel really negative about how I thought I had my microphone plugged in the whole show, and it turns out I was just going through my computer speaker. And then once my kids scream and ruin the show for everybody, that's when I realize it's been going through my computer speaker. So then I put my microphone on, and I feel pretty disappointed about that in myself. And I feel like, who can I blame? Who can I blame? And then it's just me. It's
Troll Farts Ford 777. Isn't he the one that did it?
That's right.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yourself, Kate,
do I sound better, guys?
Much. I told you about an hour ago that your microphone sounded like shit.
You sound like you're in a bathroom. I'm like, I think this is the poop joke again.
Maybe you were the pooping noise too earlier.
Yeah, maybe. Could have been. Could have been, guys. Who's to say? Real sorry about that, Malcolm. If you ever need me to stop being such a donkey, just let me know.
But sorry, Alex. So we got some more. We got some more stuff. What do we got?
We do, but I also think, Qui-Gon will be in the Obi-Wan series.
Oh, yeah. Better be. Perfect. Or I'm out.
Shadow Dragon Productions got a bit poetic on it, so if you let me rattle this off, I'll do that.
Yes.
Do it sing it. Can you sing it?
Wipe those tears off your face. Come on, give me a smile. Send me off with one of your usual sarcastic wisecracks. Now I gotta go and head off towards the dazzling sunrise, where grim death beckons me to the battlefield of blood. I will not hesitate.
You're really committing. I like that.
All right, someone murmurs to me, this is the end of the world. Yeah, right, like hell, I can accept that kind of bullshit. Once the final die is thrown into the air, only God knows the outcome. That's right, nobody knows the future, so I want to protect you, my love, your dreams and your future. With my own two hands, I'll carry on my way. Even if I have to offer up this life, I'll carry on my way. Without doubt, without fail, I will not forget your tenderness that's softer than snow. I'll carry on my way. So carry on my world within the pit of despair. There is a single ray of hope. And I'll continue to try to catch it again and again and again and again. When I snuggle up against you, I can feel the beating of your heart. Jesus, there's like 4 more of these.
Here goes Winston. Winston working.
Wait, we can't read all these. Hold on a second.
Thank you, Shadow Dragon.
Come on, let's
Shadow Dragon. You always give us so many things, so many nice things.
See, Shadow. Wait, let's. There's got to be. Where is this?
Can we do the highlights of each of them?
Well, because let me see. Where are you with Shadow Dragon here? Let's read the next one.
Like 4 out of 8 on them.
Oh my God. I mean, I guess he put in Jesus. I mean, this is, guys. We got to start making a rule. It's got to be a little bit more relevant to the show. I love the it's like, we're in the middle of these conversations and then we're getting like soliloquies. It's like, I love you, Shadow Dragon. Let's do
Are we nervous about where Brett went? No.
He's probably reading Shadow Dragon's things in the toilet. We can't do it.
Oh, I miss him. That's all.
All right, what's next?
All right, Trouser Snake Jake Honcho says the white people ratio is crazy today. #run Winston. Question for everyone. Stop and think for a second. If you can get one cosmetic procedure done for your appearance, what would it be? I have a feeling Brett might get his ass cheeks done.
Oh, well, where's Brett? Did he come back? No, he left. So what would I don't know. Let's see. We'll start with you, Kate.
What was the question?
If you could get anything cosmetically done, what would you get done?
If I could get anything automatically done?
Cosmetically.
Oh, my upper lip.
Oh, you don't like your upper lip? What?
No, look at it. I've got a Garth lip.
I like it.
I've everything, every stereotype about white lips. I've got them.
Got it. All right. Brett, how about you? What would you change?
I don't want to change anything. I mean,
Oh,
honestly,
sorry,
I don't.
that's also my answer.
I don't give
Okay,
a shit.
sorry.
Yeah.
That's the more empowering
And I hate
answer.
that, like, my wife has brought up things that she wants to do, like injection. I'm like, please don't start down that road. Please, just
I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, Brett. Just answer the question. Don't be a total douche nozzle.
You're being a bit of a douche nozzle.
Oh no, I get my cock. Sorry, I forgot the show. I forgot what the show was.
Brett is out here like we out here giving positive ass advice for the last half hour. I thought that's the route we on now.
Forgot what show I was on. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
I get my cock.
Oh, just the masses, man.
Man, I try to equal a Winston, man. I walk over and say, "Hey, anybody want to jump rope? Come on."
I would probably get. I'd probably get like the ability to like fill my beard out a little bit.
Oh yeah,
like, that's. I got a lot of patches, so if I could like get a full beard, that would make me happy.
Okay. Also, I want to be really clear. I think Garth Harkness McMurray thinks that. I meant Garth from Wayne and Garth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look at that. It just goes away.
Yeah. And Alex, how about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I wish I could grow a beard, like a full beard, just to try it out. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know if do they cosmetically give you a new beard? Is that possible? I don't know.
Supposedly they could.
all sorts of. If y'all need some hair remedies, I have studied up on all of them. I can tell you which you could choose.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do the same thing.
Girl.
Yeah, I can definitely see like by the time I mean, God hopes not like fucking Mitch McConnell ballsack face, but I like like this thing. It's definitely like chicken. I'm sure
Kristian, when the next show that I get that I become a lead of, I will pay for your ball sack reduction.
Thank you. Dude,
yeah.
I mean, because that guy, he should. I mean, and again, nothing to do with politics. And just calling out a straight out look. I mean, he looks like he looks like an old ball sack. And it's just like, I'm a ball sack. All right, anyway.
Malcolm, you got anything for us?
Ball sack Wookie nipple pinchy.
Mitch McConnell, ball sack.
Trump me bookie.
Ball sack.
Malcolm in the building.
Marka finger baba under ball sack.
Ted Cruz goes. The little guy sitting next to him.
All right, what's
You've got it right. If you're gonna say something, make it count.
All right, what's next?
All right, Brooklyn Nets fan for life asks, so why doesn't anybody use stereo anymore? It hasn't even been 4 months and already people don't want to use it? A show a week wouldn't kill you. Also, great game by Kevin Durant last night. He had 17 points and never missed a shot after missing the last 23 games.
No, look, stereo's phenomenal.
Stereo.
Stereo's phenomenal. I just don't have it's a matter of timing. I mean, Kaiser wanted to do one the other day, and I was like, let me try. And then I'm like, because this is what everybody tries to do. Not Kate, because Kate understands. But like everybody tries to call me after 6 o'clock, and I'm like, you're putting me in peril when you call me after 6 o'clock. Like if you can look at the looks of disappointment and frustration in my family's eyes when I'm on the phone talking either SCHMOEDOWN or anything else during the weekends or at night, it doesn't play well. It doesn't play.
Yeah, Kristian has office hours. So do I.
I hear the daughters in the back.
Yeah.
Like, I can't keep doing this.
That wasn't the daughter. That was the wife.
That was the wife on the text exchange to you, Kate. So what's
It was cool, guys.
all right? What do you got?
I'm recovered.
Oh, and I will be doing a stereo show with Ben Goddard tonight.
Yeah.
We'll be doing our Whisper Soldiers show. So check that out after the Winter Soldier episode drops. So we are still using stereo.
Yes.
Pussy O'Connell says, "Hey peeps, Kristian, what are some horror movies that actually scared you? You seem like the type of person who doesn't get scared. Hereditary is one that actually scared and gave me the creeps. Everyone can chime in. Thanks, and keep eating healthy and manscaped pussies."
I was definitely pretty scared, or at least noticeably like looking around like fuck when I saw Paranormal Activity 3. I remember when I saw that movie. I was living this place. This is the place you guys are talking about on the show, Brett. That you and Roka were talking about two different places that I lived in. He was talking about the one on Orange Grove near the Bagel Broker on the Grove. You were talking about Blackburn. But when I lived at that place on Orange Grove, we had like this little garage, and I remember going to the screening of Paranormal Activity 3, and I pull in, and I had just seen that movie, and I was like, all right, I'm getting the fuck into my house like now. And I just, because I'm like, because otherworldly like ghosts and you know, the paranormal and all that stuff, like, I don't know if that shit's real or not. I'm not going to say it's not, you know, I'm not, it's like, I just never, I guess it's going to go to another one of these big conversations that we just had today, but like, I am always kind of scratching my head when people put a stance down definitively of saying like, no, that's not real. No aliens out there. Nah, if I don't see it, ain't real. How the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you think like if aliens wanted you, like if they were smart enough to be able to fly, get here billions and billions of galaxies away, that they're going to be stupid enough to let your dumbass watching fucking Family Feud with your pajamas on, like, figure out who they are. It's like they'll let you know when they want to, whether or not they have a probe up your ass pipe or if they're going to be, you know, discovering, or they want to become in peace. But it's like the same thing, aliens and ghosts and shit. Like, people, like, again, like there's people talking about how they go to like mediums and stuff. And like, I'd had a conversation recently and I was like, do you believe in mediums? Like, I don't not believe in them. I know that there are a lot of people that are scumbags out there that just take advantage of people. But then I look at science reports and saying that people think that mediums can access a part of the brain that we can't. So I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just don't understand the nah, not real. People don't want to believe shit that's not in front of them, you know?
Well, speaking of mediums, make sure you respond to my email about shirt sizes, Christian.
Oh.
Alex is on fire today. Holy shit.
Really is.
Alex, like, now that you've got me back in front of the camera,
yeah,
let me just.
Large.
Okay.
Yeah, you go.
Copy that.
All right, let's keep going.
Women's large. He wants a women's large.
Please.
Creeper Sutherland says, now that California is aiming to reopen on June 14th and everyone is fully vaccinated, will it be possible to get an SEN live show in studio again? Pretty please?
I mean, when it's safe, for sure.
Everyone fully vaccinated? Did I miss the memo?
No, I don't think they pushed it up. They pushed it up as far as when everybody will be eligible. And Winston is. I said Winston is. I should be by the end of the month.
The 15th. The 15th is oh, you're saying when everybody's fully vaxxed. I know everybody's eligible the 15th.
Right.
Yes.
Kate, have you gone yet?
No. I keep calling the Walmart by me every day to see if there's any leftovers. There aren't. Ralph's is doing it a great way now, where if somebody doesn't show up for their appointment, they put the appointment right back up.
That's
so
good.
People are then taking those right away. So there's not that extra thing anymore. There was this whole thing about Bakersfield, where because Bakersfield was in Kern County, you could go out to Cal State Bakersfield and get because Kern County has lowered the restrictions, so people are driving out to Bakersfield to get it. So I'm hoping, like, without doing that ourselves, that it won't be a huge bottleneck on the 15th when it is open to us, because it does seem like a lot of people are either lying to cut line or did cut line. You know, like there's, I don't know how many people are going to be left by the time it actually rolls around. I'm like one of Christian, you and I. Alex, are you vaccinated?
I'm one shot in.
Oh, you are. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. Yeah, no. So right now, Alex and I are the only ones on the show that haven't had even one shot. So I gotta believe that's a good proportion.
And the only reason that I was eligible at all is because of my past with asthma, so I was able to get it. So
and Alex doesn't. They haven't fully tested the adolescent ones yet, so I think Alex is gonna have to wait a little longer than the rest of us, right?
That's so tricky, is that like people like Christian, Brett, and I are gonna have to really understand what the implications are for kids who are unvaccinated, because the truth is, if all the adults around them are vaccinated and they happen to have exposure, that virus is only going to them. Right. So it's a high risk thing.
I know.
Thank you for bringing that up, Kate. Well, my kids are taking soccer again and going to school for half days. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Your kids don't have it.
3 minutes left, and the good news for you guys is that we are still around $200 away before you guys host it all together. So you
Do that with Bretty.
Yeah, sorry, Kate. So it doesn't look like you're going to be hosting, so I apologize. Do we have? Let's try to. We have 2 minutes left. Let's see what we can get to. If not, then Roka will have to take the rest of these tomorrow.
All right. 50 Shades of Geek says, "So great to see you again, Alex. Thanks. Now we just need to see if this Malcolm person is real or not. That said, Alex, what's on your T-shirt? I've been trying to guess for 20 minutes. It's the Blank Check podcast, which is hosted by Griffin Newman and David Sims. It's their merch. Same with the hat. That's what that is. 50 Shades of Geek says, speaking of cosmetic changes, I did a hair transplant surgery lately. 2 years ago, I was a full-on Costanza, but now I have a mostly full head of hair. I highly recommend it. 50 Shades of Geek also says, by the way, speaking of stereo, did any of you check out my stereo match with Cooley High and Miss Cooley High? If you haven't, you should go check it out after the show. Hashtag David Flincher, hashtag don't tell Shrek.
How did it go? That's how it went. And then, a reminder to everybody before we sign off here, too. We'll try to get a couple, like 1 or 2 more in. Please, if you haven't, go to the SCHMOEDOWNlive.com and pick up your tickets for Kevin Smith versus Stacey Howard or Dan Murrell versus Adam Collins 2. It happens tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Or you can become a patron, $10 patrons, and you get everything. You're going to get this match. You're going to get the free.
Jeskuo donated $200.
Whoa! There it is.
Looks
Wait,
like
we're still short like $70, right?
No.
We got it.
Oh shit, that was it.
That was it.
Oh my God.
Adrian Soto donated $200.
Again?
Thank you, Kristian, for the motivating words. Big fan of you all, and when the Schmoedown is on top of the mountain. To all the haters and non-believers who doubted the Schmoedown, like a famous wrestling faction once said, suck it.
That's right. By the way, so
God damn it! That means every show is gonna be Kristian giving a motivational speech from now on.
You got $300 left before Kate and Brett do the show by themselves, and we have one. We have 1 minute left. Someone puts in 300, then Kate and Brett will host it by themselves with obviously Alex.
Brett's not happy.
Brett's
No,
like,
you know it isn't. He just bought Kristian a slide for his pool.
That's right.
It's the same place as you now.
The beauty of today, because
I don't know why.
And that's the beauty of today, because I hosted. I don't have to give anybody a bonus. So how about that?
Oh, you son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
So take that, Reddit, you fucker. Little bastard. Anyway, all right. Listen, this was a fun show. I had a good show here today with you guys. It was exciting. Tomorrow, Roka is going to be on. And by the way, patreon.com/schmoedown. If you're not at the $10 tier, you should. The free for all. 40 competitors going to be going head to head to get to 40. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be exciting. Go and check it out, please. Thank you to Kate and Ben Bateman. Check out his podcast, his new single. It's really, really good. Winston Marshall, Brett Sheridan. That's it. That's everybody.
We got Alex on Brett and Kate's Playdate tomorrow, 1 p.m.
Yes!
Yes, please go check
too.
that show. I watch it every week. It's amazing. You guys should really check it out. Please. It's great. Brett and Kate show on SEN Live. You should join that Patreon to get that show and that show alone.
Inner Geekdom at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes, and they're doing full like spoiler reviews on the Winter Soldier. It's really great. You want to see some ultra geeky breakdown of it, that's the show you got to be watching. You got to check that out. And Dan Murrell, obviously All My Movies, has moved to his channel. We are doing all the podcast audio with him, so it is very, very crucial. If you're not listening to that show, to audio listen. Oh, okay, see you guys.